Hey, I'm still in Joshua chapter 5 today, but right at the end of the chapter, so we're almost done. I'm going to read verses 13 through 15. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, a man stood opposite him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, Are you for us or for our adversaries? So he said, No, but as commander of the army of Yahweh I have come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped, and said to him, What does my Lord say to his servant? Then the commander of Yahweh's army said to Joshua, Take your sandal off your foot, for the place where you stand is holy. And Joshua did so. It's a little bit breezy out here today, so I hope that doesn't create too much noise. There's also been some jets flying over, but what can you do? So here we have an angel of Yahweh appearing to Joshua, and it doesn't use that specific term, but just like the angel who wrestled with Jacob, this appears just to be a man. And Joshua responds a little bit strangely. You know, he says that Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped, which isn't really what you're supposed to do with an angel if it's not God himself. But then he says, What does my Lord say to his servant? And this is a little ambiguous. He could be saying, Do you have a message from God for me? Or he could be speaking to him, sort of a royal lord, like, what does your highness have for me? That kind of thing. In other cases where somebody has bowed down to an angel in worship, the angel said, Stop, I'm just a man. Or not, I'm just a man, but, I'm not God, don't worship me. But the angel doesn't say that. So this commander of Yahweh's army is Yahweh himself. This is God himself speaking to Joshua, just like God spoke to Moses and Jacob and Abraham before him. And Joshua is preparing to take on all of Canaan, the 5 and more nations, cities full of people, millions of people that Joshua is going to war with. This is a huge task. By all normal standards, Joshua is completely outmatched, outnumbered. The Canaanites had better technology, more experience at war. But here, God appears to Joshua and says, Your army isn't the real army doing the fighting. Yeah, you're going to dress up in your armor and take your weapons, and you're going to show up at the battlefield. But I'm going to be there with my army. And there is no army on earth that can stand up to God's. He is Yahweh Tsevaot, the God of armies. And he is not only the God of all armies on earth, but the God of all armies in heaven. And I don't really care what battle you're fighting. If the armies of heaven are on your side, it's not a contest. No matter how mismatched it seems to be against you, the odds are stacked in your favor. This is Jay Carper with American Torah. Be blessed.